Hello, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning and a happy Monday to you all. I still remain Okute Daily Talk. I have come again with another blockbuster this new year, and this new month, and also this new week. In case this is the first time of hearing my voice, and you have not subscribed to my channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. And if you have been hearing my voice before and you still not yet subscribed, please endeavor to do that also as soon as possible. Without you, there will be no Okute Daily Talk. That is why I keep on praying for all my fans out there, both male and female, old and young, from all walks of life, wherever you come from. The religion does not matter, ethnicity does not matter. What matters is the message I'm passing on this platform, and also what matters is what you are learning from this platform as well. Despite the fact that my message or my broadcast can never be okay with everybody, but just remember that whatever you say or do in this life, people must talk and people must criticize you. That is one thing about this life. And we will not do because people are criticizing us, and we will stop the good work that we are doing. That is one thing about this life, and we cannot run away from it. So let us go straight into the business of this day, please. I still remain one and only Okute Daily Talk. I still repeat myself once again. 2023 presidential election. That is Bishop Oyedepo of Winners Chapel speaking. He said God's candidate will win. No bloodshed is going to happen this 2023 coming next year elections. That is the one of the headlines that we have here this morning. And we also have a lot of headlines here to attend to. We're going to take it one after the other. Breaking news, that's another headline. This one is coming from Sahara Reporters in conjunction and also with Okute Daily Talk. Breaking: terrorists don ambush Nigerian army, their convoy, and abduct commanding officer. Let's have Colonel Ahmed. Nigeria is a joke, and Nigeria is what? Nigeria is complete joke. Imagine terrorists ambushing Nigerian army, their convoy, and abduct commanding officer. Colonel Ahmed Abi Groluke. Exclusive: PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. He don run from Nigeria to Dubai. From Dubai now he don run to London. In sake of say he sick for because of campaign. All this going up and down, doing whatever. You think it's everybody that can stand the heat that comes from it? Not everybody. All this sickly presidential candidates seeking for office coming 2023. They want to just continue from the past administration or the ongoing administration, how they spend nearly 100 days outside the country as a president of a nation, and the country is dying. He went out there spending the whole lot of money to take care of his health. Now this one have not even entered. They are flying him from Nigeria to Dubai, from Dubai to London. Very soon you will find out that if that person have gone on a sabbatical leave or medical checkup. That is the kind of president we keep having in the country. We started the mistake right from the time of Umaru Yaradua. Then can't enter for another one. Where do they call Bubu? Now the two presidential candidates which call themselves that they are the most competent and the most opposition, APC and PDP. No one is even okay. Can you imagine, since all this campaign started? I am not campaigning for anybody, but I must tell you the gospel truth. Gregory Obi have been jumping from one place to the other. He is the most traveled. He keep going up and down. IDPs and the rest of them, he have never for one day break down. That is to show you that health matters a lot. I mean, age matters a lot when it comes to number one seat in the country. So anyone that's saying that just like what ABC presidential candidate said the last time when people are concerned about his age, that he's too old to run. And they said, am I running 500 yard? I bet, where are they running 500 yard? I never hear of anything like 500 yard. We can only have 100 meters or 200 meters or 500 meters or whatever meters you want to run. All this on a cut and join English sometimes. It tire me. Okay, PDP now has joined the rest of the sickly, what did they call it? Of a sickly presidential candidate. We are waiting for others. Africans mob attack Indian police officers over attempt to detain Nigerians for overstaying and expired visas. Where this one happened, I'm very very sure it happens in India. But we will come to that when as soon as we round up this our headlines. Paul Eneche of what did they call that his church? You try, I don't forget. Dimnas Abi, what did they call himself? He said, call your family members and tell them Paul Eneche advises congregants ahead of 2023 general elections. That is what he said. Southeast was hit in 2022 as Nigerian Army police killed over 700 civilians, arrested 1,000 suspects, burned down over 600 private residents, enter society. That's the only thing can happen in Nigeria. Scores of passengers abducted as gunmen attack train station. This one is part of the news that happened yesterday. So we are going to also it's going to sound as a continuation from what we have yesterday. So let us proceed with the news of the Winners Chapel Bishop David Oyedepo. Bishop David Oyedepo of Living Faith Church has said God's choice will emerge the winner of next month's presidential elections. Oyedepo disclosed this while praying for Nigerians at a Covenant University. According to Oyedepo, Nigeria's forthcoming election will be peaceful. That is what we are praying, and that is where we stand. Any bloodshed again in this country will amount to total destruction as long as this country called Nigeria is concerned. There shall be no bloodshedding, no blood will be shed. There shall be peace, and God's choice candidate will emerge to rule Nigeria. Nigeria will enjoy good security again. There shall be peace on the land, at sea, in the air, and everywhere. Oyedepo's remark counters that of Apostolic Church Nigeria that there will be bloodshed in the country. This is coming from okay. This one is a counter to what other pastors said, that there will be bloodshed, and he is here to tell you there's nothing of such. The vice president of the Apostolic Church, of Apostolic Church, N.O. Awoyede, also predicted that government properties will be burnt, adding that Nigerians should expect riots. Is that so? That is your own observation, and that is not how other people sees it, if I'm allowed to correct you. So let us continue with the news we have here. Breaking news: how terrorists ambush Nigerian army convoy and abduct their Lieutenant Colonel Ahmed. Nigerian army, who are the best and well trained in the sub-Saharan, is now at the mercy of the bandits and terrorists. I weep for this very great nation. Lieutenant Colonel of the Nigerian Army, N.B. Ahmed, has been abducted following an ambush on a military convoy by gunmen suspected to be terrorists. Sahara reporters, in conjunction with Okute Daily Thought, gathered that the senior military officer was abducted along Safe, Zamfara, Funtua, Katsina Road on Friday, January 6th of 2023. The abducted officer is the new commanding officer of the 8th Division of the Nigerian Army, Sokoto. Our new boss, who resumed on Friday, was attacked while being escorted to Kano. He was taken away by the gunmen, a military source told Sahara reporters. A military signal exclusively obtained by the Sahara reporters also confirmed the incident. Can you imagine a military officer, commanding officer, grand commanding officer has been abducted by terrorists? What is this country turning into? I mean, where are we going from here, or where should we go from here? Because what is happening in this country is more than what one can imagine. It's more than what we thought. It's more than what we are seeing. The country is under siege. Who is behind this? I mean, how do we get to this point? Who caused Nigeria? Why are the military officials now the one that are the helm of affairs? These terrorists want to show them that they are nothing, that whatever they want to do, they can do it with impunity, and nobody will do them anything. Can you imagine? A military commanding officer, new commanding officer of the Sokoto, whatever they call him, were abducted. His convoy was attacked. Does it mean that our military are now just like they are now just like vegetables? This country, I don't know the direction we are heading into. I think we are heading to land crash, just like a flight flying one side. Just know it that is 90% sure that flight is going to crash. That's exactly the situation Nigeria is in at this point in time, and it can only take God's intervention to save Nigeria from the doom that they are about to witness. If they ever, I repeat myself, if they ever make any mistake coming 2023 and elect a wrong leader, elect all this sickly presidency, my brother, believe it or leave it, whether you have trained more than 1 million people, if Nigeria made this mistake coming 2023, they will live the rest of their life regretting that mistake. Especially these youth that keep on jumping up and down, who don't have anything to whatsoever, simply because of peanuts of 10,000 or 5,000 naira being given to them. They are jumping up and down, campaigning for whom, even deep inside their heart, even their spirit don't run leave them because of the person they are campaigning for. And see, yet they still keep on jumping up and down. Even most of them have made spokesperson just to make sure that they tie the youths with hunger. They found one of the youths and make them a spokesperson, and that person will go to the national TV, either Arise or Channel TV, and begin to vomit nonsense. They know the truth, and they keep us away from the truth. Let us continue. The signal was, however, silent on others traveling with Ahmed. It read, text, SP stepped on SP site rep on kidnap of senior officer. Lieutenant Colonel NB Ahmed of NBN/12022 AN senior officer was kidnapped along Safe Funtua Road on the 6th of January 2023 at about 20 o'clock hours while traveling to Kano for weekend. The senior officer just takes over command of 8th Division as a commanding officer on the same date. This is for your info and next action. You hear them? You don't hear it, then forget it. This comes a few days after a female lieutenant, PP Johnson, was abducted by unknown gunmen in Imo State. A trending video in December of 2022 showed the female officer being tortured by gunmen after she was abducted while visiting her grandmother in Okigwe community. She was also conferred with the rank of lieutenant in the Nigerian Army. She passed out on December 17th after being commissioned from the Direct Short Service Corps. A military source has said she was kidnapped at her home in Ebube. She traveled home for the Yetitude celebration. In the clip obtained by the Sahara reporters, one of the unknown gunmen was heard threatening to kill the officer for being a member of Nigerian Army. He was also warned youths against joining the military and other security agencies in Nigeria. The officer was stripped naked and her hands and legs were tied. She was seated on the ground in a bushy area, hands and legs tied. A lieutenant, for that matter, in Nigerian Army. So she traveled without a single security. Anyway, she is a security on her own self. But these people will take you unaware, just like what happened in a Benin, in a Benin train station. 5 minutes to the arrival of the train, the bandits appear from nowhere, and they always go through the bush. Upon how many hours they stay there, shooting and also kidnapping people, The police were nowhere to be found. It's hour after they must have left. All the whole security officers, both vigilante, they called even the spiritual security they have in Edo City, all the whole witchcraft. Till today, they never can be able to find the 31 passengers who have been whisked away by all these daredevil terrorists and kidnappers. Exclusively, PDP presidential candidate Mazi Atiku Abubakar, sick, flown to London from Dubai for medical treatment amid campaign. I wish you never return, okay? Just remain there until after the election is over, you can come back. We can vote for your second, Okowa. Sickly people looking for how they will finish the Nigerian economy simply because they don't want to spend their own money on their sick health. The presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, is sick and has been flown to London, United Kingdom, for treatment. These are people who have been ruling this country for good 8 years. Not even good 8 years. That was 8 years of his vice presidential candidate. He has been a DG of custom, either assistant or deputy DG of custom, for how many years for God knows when. Yet you people cannot even campaign for a single, let's call it all this emeritus hospital, a good one at that where whenever you sick, the economy of the country still remain in the country, but rather you people choose to spend it out there seeking for medical experts. Do your country well, you cannot. You are warming up now for 2023. If they give you the opportunity, you can't even do anything other than selling off the assets that the country have, or the country that can boast on. Very soon you'll find out that Nigerian country will have no any single thing, because if they sell off NNPC and other oil companies, then forget it, my brother. The country is finished. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, is sick and has been flown to London, United Kingdom, for treatment. Sahara reporters exclusively learned on Sunday that Atiku was flown from Dubai, United Arabs, to the UK. So, what do they call him? Dubai now don't have a good hospital. So you can fly from Dubai now to UK for medical checkup or be medical whatever kiniko. That means the sickness where they sick, only God knows. This comes less than 2 months before the presidential election, which is scheduled to hold on February 25 of 2023. Atiku is not feeling fine. He is in the hospital receiving treatment, according to the Presidential Campaign Council source. That is what they told Sahara reporters on yesterday, being Sunday. That is why he is not back in Nigeria for the presidential campaign. How can he back? I pray he never come back. He was in Dubai, but has now left Dubai for London for treatment. He has been flown to the UK for treatment. That is why he is still abroad. This one is how many times? We have flown this abroad for medical checkup since he started this campaign. This one is the 3rd time. However, Sahara reporters, in conjunction with Okute Daily Talk and Punch newspaper, could not confirm the nature of Atiku's ailment. Last year, Atiku also visited Europe, and at the conclusion of his European trip, the PDP presidential candidate visited Dubai for the same purpose. The trip came about 3 weeks after Atiku met with Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike in London. A statement issued by Paul Ibe, his media advisor, said the trip was a continuation of an earlier business trip made 3 weeks earlier. Business trip. He will be traveling immediately after his meeting on Friday in Lagos with the leadership of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, alongside the PDP vice presidential candidate, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State. The statement reads, "Today's trip is in continuation with an earlier business trip of 3 weeks ago. At the conclusion of a European trip, the former vice president will also use the opportunity to visit his family in Dubai. Dubai man coming to rule Nigeria. His trip is for business and family purposes and has nothing to do with medicals," has been insinuated in some quarters. Atiku is known for spending most of his time in Dubai. For instance, he left for Dubai after the Independent National Electoral Commission declared Muhammadu Buhari winner of the 2019 presidential election. Not his like to frequent Dubai. Dubai is his original hometown. Nigeria is just, he's on transit in Nigeria. So anybody making mistake to vote this man, just know it that my dear, you have set up the whole country. Because you cannot vote for somebody who always come back to the country every 4 years to come and contest, as if this seat is meant for him. You have contested more than 10 times or more than that, or less than that. You never win. You can't see rest. And people think that if they put you there, you do something different. You will first of all recover all the whole money you have spent since 1992 you are contesting. So nobody should ever make that mistake of voting Atiku. Otherwise, the country will be no more. Atiku is known for spending most of his time in Dubai, for instance. Okay. The PDP presidential candidate was absent at the Atiku Freedom March press conference held for him at the State Secretariat of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Iyaganku, Ibadan, last week, Tuesday. The press briefing was jointly addressed by a former Minister of Federal Capital Territory State, Jumoke Akinjide, former Ministers of Mines and Steel Development, Wole Oyelese, former Deputy Governor of the state, Alhaji Hazim Bolarumi, and another PDP chieftain, Engineer Femi Babalola. The Freedom March was held last Wednesday in Ibadan, the state capital. In the July of 2022, Atiku reacted to a viral social media video suggesting he was ill, saying that he was in good health. The viral video showed Atiku limping during his return to Nigeria ahead of Osun State governorship election. But his media head, Ibe, dismissed claims, saying nothing was further from the truth. A statement issued by the Ibe read in part, "Our attention has been drawn to a report and a video in a section of the media purporting to be an island Atiku Abubakar being helped strapped to his car seatbelt for an health." That is truth now. Nothing can be further for the truth, but the records the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) is in a robust good health. We would not ordinarily have responded to this mischief, but the impression that it will create in minds of Nigeria, which is exactly the objective of the purveyors of this fake news, according to the spokesperson. What did they call him? Ibe, somebody Ibe. When I hear it, if you don't get it, then forget it. He said it's a fake news. We wish to state that Atiku is not averse of scrutiny because of the consequential nature of the 2023 elections. However, it is our position that such scrutiny must not be predicted on a slash and burn rogue journalism, as is the case with this contrived report. Also, in October of 2022, the spokesperson of the People's Democratic Party PDP Presidential Campaign Management Committee, Dino Malaye, released a video showing Atiku dining in Europe to dispel reports that his principal was ill. Anybody that is ill can also dine, of course. So if you come to visit me, even if I'm not feeling fine or I'm ill, I have to sit on the extension and dine with you. Why can't you show us the video where he's jumping and playing football, at least as a young man he claims to be? Atiku have flown out of Nigeria amid the campaign for the 2023 presidential elections. In a tweet, a former aviation minister, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, earlier alleged that Atiku collapsed after arriving in Abuja from his rally in Kaduna State. He said Atiku was flown to Paris, France for medical care after complaining of pain all over his body. The only pain all over his body, they flew him to Paris. Can't you see that Nigeria is a transit for all these people? After his outing in Kaduna yesterday, Atiku fell ill. He complained of dizzy spells and severe pains in his head and all over his body throughout the flight to Abuja. After landing at the Abuja airport, he collapsed. He was flown to Paris for medical attention immediately. God be with him for the purpose of damage control, according to FFK, the Hungry Lion. They took pictures of him with others the following morning from Paris, but please do not be fooled. We know and we cannot be fooled. There is something very strong with the PDP presidential candidate. According to Fani Kayode, about what did they call him? And I quote, he said there is something very wrong with the PDP presidential candidate in terms of his health, and they don't want the Nigerian public to know. Pray for him, he wrote. What about your own principal? So he's in a good health, Abi? Make una just forget that APC is PDP and PDP is APC. Two of you are very, very sick. So you people should have nothing to do with the Nigerian this thing, Nigerian president or whatever it's being called. But Malaye countered the FFK saying, see person where they say he dey hospital. This place look like hospital. Him dey here, they chop him food, they relax, they enjoy himself, holding meetings, and you say man, God go help people where stomach infrastructure na problem oh, hunger na problem oh. Make God provide for provide for our needs, okay? Fani Kayode is the director of a new media of All Progressive Congress APC Presidential Campaign Council, according to Dino Malaye. So we are moving forward. If Kai is not taken, we are going to take one last news here. So please, according to our pastor here, Pastor Eneche, Paul Eneche of Dunamis, he said, call your family members and tell them what he said ahead of the 2023 presidential elections. The general overseer of Dunamis International Gospel Center, Pastor Paul Eneche, has said that the political struggles amidst the presidential candidate is no longer physical but now spiritual, according to the man of God. Speaking during the church January 2023 combined service at Glory Dome in Abuja, the cleric urged his congregants to ensure that they collect their permanent voters card (PVCs) in order to vote during the elections. Eneche counseled his members to vote wisely during the election and also called their family members to warn them against voting for those who do not want the progress of this country. His words, call your family members and tell them if they vote for killers, God will judge them, according to Paul Eneche. I say again, if they vote for terrorists and their sponsors, jihadists, God will also judge them. Because some of them in the villages, they don't know what is going on because they are not on social media. That is the simple truth. Nigeria is at a junction where the forces of destruction want to tear it apart. But I tell you that this nation shall fulfill the agenda of God. Call your family members and tell them who to vote for and how to vote. I am saying this because the matter of the election now is no longer physical, it has gone spiritual. It is the soul of the nation and the destiny of the people of Jesus in Nigeria, according to the man of God. The destiny of Christians is at stake here. So don't you watch it and keep quiet. I want everybody to speak out and tell others what to do, according to the man of God. So you have heard it from the horse's mouth, and you are going to do something about it. Some scores of passengers abducted as gunmen attacked train station in Benin City. Gunmen suspected to Fulani herdsmen had been abducted an unspecified number of passengers from a train station in Ugweben local government area of Edo State. The state police public relation officer Chidi Nwabuzo, who confirmed the incident in a statement, said several persons were injured during the unfortunate attack. Daily Post, in conjunction with Okute Daily Talk and Punch newspaper with the Guardian as well, gathered that the victims were waiting to board a train to Warri in Delta State when the assailants invaded the station, shooting sporadically. As of the time of filling this report, it was still unclear if anyone was killed in the incident. This is coming barely a year after the terrorists suspected to be Boko Haram insurgents attacked an Abuja-Kaduna-bound train, abducting several passengers and killing many. So you can say that this country have no any single, I mean what I mean by any single plan for their people they are ruling. It seems like the people they talk too much, or maybe they just try to castigate the government. But the truth still remains that this government have no any single moral decadency for the poor. They only care about their own sake because they have stacked themselves with security up to the neck. How can you tell me that after the incident of Abuja Kaduna born train, that the government should have never even learned anything to equip the security, knowing fully well that these people that attacked the Abuja born Kaduna train will also struck in other places? Because they did that, they succeeded, and no any single person or whatsoever have been arrested till today. No anybody have been brought to book, despite the fact that they have keep going to these people, negotiating with them, and they are telling them that they are very angry because the government talk too much. That is why they brought this thing upon them, and they allow them. They collect billions of nairas and dollars in the same country, and they spend the money in the same country. That is why they keep having more arms, more than the Nigerians. So if this is your first time of hearing my voice, please, I'm going to stop the broadcast here. Have a nice day, and make sure you share this video, make it go viral so that everybody will get to know about what is happening in. Yeah, just as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, just so that everybody will know what is happening in the country, and be a part to liberate this country from where, and be a part to liberate this country. Bye for now. Bye bye.